Hello and welcome to another video. So today we're going to take a look at DragonCraft. This again is not a souped optimized deck yet, as this is very early stages for this expansion when I am making these videos, and it is a lot of fun to mess around with some of the new cards. So this deck in particular is mainly running Forte, yeah, Dark Dragon Forte, so yeah, Forte, Ruler of Skies, as its main new card in the deck. It's really not running anything else other than Dragon Ranch outside of that for this variation. It's a pretty standard deck, although I would love to mess around with the new amulet and things like that. This deck is still reasonably solid, and we're going to take a quick look at it. So let's get right into this and do just that. So I do definitely want to take a look at dragon decks that are using some of the new cards more effectively. Unlike some of the other videos we've done lately, it's not running a lot of the new cards, it's only running those couple, which makes it a little on the weaker side as far as new content goes, because the base of the deck is very similar. But it's a lot of fun to mess around with, and that I'm very glad for. So the first match here is against Blood. Blood typically wants to take the early game very hard, so if we can stop that, it's always a good thing. And Disciple of Disdain is actually a pretty decent counter. It looks like they are playing a Bat Blood deck. I have seen these start to pop up again lately. And Dragon Newt's actually a really good card for this. I would love to get her alt art. Still have not got one. Summon Bloodkin, summon 2 Forest Bats. So they're going in hard with the bats now, flooding the board as much as possible. We are going to allow them to take hold with those, since we are going to try and hard counter this as much as we can. With just, 2 decently statted followers. Hellblaze Demon, sorry. That's a reasonably solid way to go about things. Servant of Disdain should be pretty respectable with the Evo. Letting us draw a card and wipe out as many things here as possible. We're actually going to leave them with just 1 follower left, which is a very good setup. And it's no surprise they went for the immediate concede. So while it did come up with, of course, player disconnected, most of the time that is someone forced closing and quitting, and basically just a forced concede. At least nearly all the times I'd ever seen it happen. So this shadow match should be much better. And they do have the back that obviously comes from the Shadowcraft campaign, which as I'm making this video I haven't done, but you will get to see that go up well before this video. If you haven't checked it out, I'd recommend it. Deadly Dreamer, last word, put a deep dream into your hand. We did just get Dragon Oracle, so we may as well go for it. Early ramp. It's actually okay, we can maintain ourselves pretty well. I probably should have went for the Dragon Cleaver Roy with its, of course, pretty decent lineup. That would have done a little bit better than going for draw, since we would have been able to, of course, ramp easier this turn. But we're still going to be able to ramp this turn, so that's fine. And that already sets up for Ruler of Skies. She should be able to come down if we want her to. Probably not the right situation for that though. So there is Deep Dream. Someone goes to the start of your turn, and Summoner Ghost immediately. Definitely an interesting amulet. I do need to build a half decent shadow deck, so I'll definitely be looking around for those. Servant of Disdain with the Evo will let us trade and get an extra, of course, Disciple of Disdain draw. And I'm not too worried about these little android guys. I did decide to end up clearing one of them out anyway, but really wasn't the big deal if I didn't. Since I suspected we'd be able to get a draw out of this anyway, wasn't a big deal. Luckily for us, the 8-drop is Poseidon. So if we want to use that, it's definitely a good opportunity to do so. But considering our current board, it might not be the optimal line of play. We've got quite a few options now. So I went in for the draws where I could, and ended up getting the Oracle, which is definitely a respectable line of play going for that. And I took the best Evo option, being able to Evo into this and kill it off without losing too much. I wanted to keep the Lyrial as it was in case I need it to clear a cheap dropout, which is pretty common. Now, opponent definitely went for a very respectable clear, but it's not really going to be enough to hold the ground that they've got now, since we are just going to wipe them out. And now we have probably an extremely solid board for them to deal with. Not something that anyone could normally deal with effectively. But it looks like they're going to try. Or maybe they're not, but they're going to just immediately concede the game to us. So this dragon deck definitely is my favorite style of dragon deck. The Ruler of Skies seems like an okay card, and definitely something I'd like to test in some different variations. I think I want to try doing the Prince of Kindness with some of the new cards, the new core, things like that, to ramp harder and ramp easier. Setting things up, especially when you've got free evos like Omen of Disdain already that you can use, so the core will actually work very nicely with things like that, so that'll be a lot of fun. I mean, double ramp with Anne Rose on 4 is just insane, so that should be a lot of fun as well. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more content. You'll find deck list in the description below. Until next time, see ya.